Hello and welcome back to Factorio. Our failed experiment has finally returned home to a novice. Which is great. We learned some valuable lessons on why this absolutely doesn't work. So I need to completely redo this. We're gonna start by dumping shit down into novice again. And hopefully this has trash unrequested enabled. Maybe not 2k, maybe 1k. I don't know. We can get rid of this. That's fine. I just don't want to put it on the ground, preferably. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so another thing that we really want to do is we want more of this. This is not enough. We don't have enough launch infrastructure to really do what we want here. I'm gonna put a couple of these out here. Then we just keep sending stuff, right? Keep sending stuff. And now this is empty. Okay, so we need to completely rethink what we have been doing so far. I'm gonna start by removing most of this. Like so. I think this is where we start, right? So we got 2 here and 2 here. And then we probably want to go out like a fair bit. And then do something like this, right? So one of the lessons that we learned was that inventory management on these ships is very, very good. We need something to... We need to be able to take things in and out of this inventory, preferably. With circuit conditions, preferably. This is going to give us 8 slots here and 4 slots on the sides to do that. Without too much problems, I think. And this will be upgradable inventory as well. I don't know how many slots this is. Oh, I can actually see that. So it's 700 slots right now. And that's without any upgrades. I think we go up to this. I think we absolutely make this insanely massive. The second lesson that we learned was that apparently the asteroids here, if we actually took a look at this before, this already has 10%. The medium already have 10% against physical, 90 to laser, and 100 to fire, and 100 to electric. The problem becomes when these become big asteroids, they suddenly only take 5% laser damage, they're immune to electric and fire, and they have a 2000 damage reduction on physical. And then after that they take 10%. And if we go up to this, these are almost immune to all damage, right? So the only actually viable, reasonable thing that we can throw at this is explosives. So we're gonna get some explosive damage here. I'm pretty sure Fungal Express is still working. Levi is still doing its thing, I think. Levi is actually not doing its thing right now because of nutrients. A lot of the nutrients expired, but it seems to be going back to normal. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that for now. I don't want to get distracted. Okay. So, we need almost exclusively, I would say, rocket turrets for this. Because otherwise, we're just gonna have some insane problems with this. This storage will be able to not quite easily double. We have 10 of these. I think that was all, right? We have over 1,000 storage in here now. And if we wanted to make this ship even bigger, we could add like another line here or even 2 lines. It's not that huge of a problem. Also, if we wanted to use more of this, we could probably take one of these off. But I find symmetrical stuff to be very pleasing. Okay, so asteroid processing. If we look here, we say that this is the most compact that we can make, right? One of these clearly was not enough processing before to handle everything, right? We were having some big production issues, and especially water was being a consistent issue. I think this is what we're gonna do. We make 3 of these. And this, obviously filtered to be metallic in this case. And I think we can probably afford to just do this. I only want to load this in, right? I don't care what stuff we're putting in. Right? I really don't care what stuff we're putting in. Okay. So if we play with the idea that this is probably enough, I think we add another one. Let's do 4. Let's do 4. Okay. After that, we want to do the this advanced carbonic asteroid. Boom. This is carbonic asteroid. Perfect. We'll do this. Half a belt each. Oh, that actually fits extremely well. That fits extremely well. I'm gonna be a little bit more generous this time with space. And then we want to do the ice processing, like so. This is then the other asteroid. So now in theory we have an insanely good amount of asteroid processing, right? And they will all go into this big inventory that we have. Perfect. That's great. Now the gambling part. If I could maybe do this. That would be great. So if we start with... Actually, if we want to gamble like we did before, we can't put them on this orientation. We'd have to put them like this. Boom. No. This one. We'll put something in. We'll take something out. Kinda balanced. This is the carbonic one. Like so. This is going to be the ice asteroid. So this is our asteroid kinda gambling station. Okay. Fair enough. We'll do processing of asteroids in the front. And then we'll do the other stuff in the back. Okay, I think that sounds fairly decent. So what we start with here, and I might move these things around later. I want some storage here. I can do this, actually. So I want to melt water like this. We also want to make fuel. We want to make the blue fuel, and we want to make the thruster fuel. Boom. Perfect. That is all great. And then we can have some storage of this as well, right? Because we need that. This just needs ice. Right? We can maybe do this, right? That's fine. Or we can even do this, which makes a little bit more sense, I think. Okay, so then we also need to do this, which needs calcite and iron. And then also calcite and copper. That's pretty good. Well, because we only have 3, this is not going to be symmetrical, and it already annoys me. Like, actually annoys me. Okay. So I need some filtered inserters here, right? We need copper and iron on one. I think we're gonna do those on the same. And we do copper like this. And we don't even need to do that, I think. Oh, so you... Okay, let me try to combine these things again. So this is sulfur and carbon. And then this here is ice and calcite. This here might be an extremely bad idea. Actually. Extremely bad idea. Question is, do we do this? do we do long inserters here with calcite in the middle? I think we do. I think we do. I think we do this. Boom. Boom. I don't know if those are gonna be connected like that. But that's fine. Then we do that. And then we do that. Okay. I don't think this is the most terrible idea I have had. But it's not great. It's really not great. You know what? There's another problem here. There's another problem here. How do I control the processing of the asteroids? I don't really want to stop this process here. I don't think... Yeah, we're gonna have to take like a circuit signal from here and take it with us, I think. I think we do this. These should be aligned, yeah. So this kind of throws a wrench in my thing here, yeah. This also throws a wrench here because this is for some reason 3. This should be an even number in here. This is 24. Oh, right, because this is an uneven number in here. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think that kind of throws... That kind of throws that out of the water. A little bit. I think what we do is this. like so. Okay. And this here is the calcite. The ice. And you want to go into the ice processing, you know? So then the question here becomes, how much fuel and water and stuff do I really want to store? We're assuming, which I think might be an incorrect assumption, do we do something like this? That's 10 storage tanks. This ship is gonna be absolutely insanely huge, I think. But this does allow us a huge amount of flexibility later down the line. Because if it turns out that this production is not enough, we can add more here. And then adding more here to the asteroid processing will enable us to get more stuff in. It's like a little bit easier to redesign from this point of view. I think that's what we do. I definitely think that's what we do. Okay. This is like 3, 6, 9, 10. From there. It's not that bad. We start with this. We start with just 2 engines. And I kinda want them like that. That should be fine as well, right? So in theory, this should be completely fine. Ah, right. I didn't think this through properly, did I? I need the water to come in here as well. Which now is gonna become a huge pain. Just for design purposes, we can do this. Could we figure out a design that looks like this? That's the question. I mean, not really. Then I think we're back to we need some more space here. Don't think we can do this like this. Okay, that's slightly annoying. We remove these. We're gonna do something slightly different here. Let's remove that. These are mega centered on the ship, right? So if we do this instead. Like so. I want to still leave enough room for 2 of these. So we'll do that. And then we'll do something like this. Okay. These belts need to go away. No, take that back. Okay. I'm just gonna do this to start off with. We need to find a design here that works. Go away. And then we need to make sure that this is a double belt. And then we have water in the middle here. Like so. And then we do that. Perfect. And then this second one can be here, but this would then be red fluid. Oh no, we can't do that, actually. You know what we'll do? We'll put it up here instead. I think we do that. Because then we take the input fluid from the top and then we put it away in the bottom, right? So this is 8 storage tanks, and we could fairly easily expand if we wanted more of anything here, right? So then we need the water stuff as well. Is this? I think we want it somewhere here, right? Then we can put that there. This is just ice coming in from this one, actually. Okay, so blue fluid comes there. Red fluid comes there. We can also do this. And then this. Or no, let's do this. There we go. So one thing I've been looking at and wondering is this graph here. So technically you have a little bit more the most amount of thrust you can get is when it's around filled to 80%, right? If you want to get like efficiency here, you can see like, okay, if we only fill it to 43%, then we'll have a bit more fuel efficiency. So I wanna try and see if we can get this to work. I don't know how we can make it to work. No, we can put these here. I want to put 2 of these out. No, we can't wire that. We can't wire that. We can't wire that either. How would we do that then? How do we stop this from pumping in here if we can't read how much there is in it? I'm pretty sure that soaks up. We have to read. We'd have to try and measure how much fuel we put in per tick or per second. So we'd have to build a pump that pumps only 50% of max consumption. Right? Okay, I don't think I CBA doing that. That sounds like a lot of obnoxious math to do that I'm not really in the mood for right now. I just want to get this kind of moving and seeing if we can get this to actually work. Anyway. So calcite. Calcite will be going here. That's correct. The iron ore. Would ideally want that to go here. Right? do this. No, we can just do that. Okay, that should work fine, right? This should work fine. And then the water output from here. You can just probably hook that up like so. It should be fine. So the fuel system, in theory, should be done. We have a lot more processing power here than we had on the last ship. We should be able to get a bunch more fuel out of this. So far, I think we all agree that this is looking at least decent. I don't think this is going to be a very fast ship, but it doesn't matter that much. When it comes to the nuclear reactor stuff that I also need to design, I was actually thinking that one reactor might not be enough. It was not like we had a huge abundance of power on the other ship, right? So already, this makes a lot more power than before. Because before we had 40 megawatts. And I think these are gonna make 160. Just waiting for these to kind of construct. But I think they make 160. Which is way more in line with what we probably might need. But I'm very worried about this water production component. I'm extremely worried about that component, actually. Okay, so they don't say how much neighborhood thing they got. That's kind of weird. If I go to novice, so they make 120. I just want to check here. I really want to check, but I think it's 160. So I think I want to try and build a very compact generator like this. Yeah, so this is 160. Good. Perfect. So 160, where do I have my this? So 160 implies the use of 16 of these to generate steam. Uh, 16 of these. So that would be like doing this. This is 8. Right? And that's 16. Like so. I think this is roughly as compact as we can probably get this without doing weird stuff. So this is 10, this is 16, that's 160, okay? And these are 5.82, so if we take 160, if we take 160, split on 5.80, 5.8 technically. That means that we need 28 of these. This is 7. This is 20 and 8. This is the amount we need. And again, I want to try and make this fairly compact. So this is 10. That's 20. That's 24. Okay. Now we're getting something in the compact department at least. This should be 28. I am very tempted here. I think we can do something pretty cool with this. I think we do this. And I think we can do this. No, we can't do that. That's fine. We'll just do that. We need to get the water from somewhere, right? I think that looks pretty cool. I think that looks pretty cool. I mean, we'll just move this, right? Something like this. Okay. I kinda like this. The only downside to this specific design is we're really limiting ourselves to the amount of stuff that we can bring in here, right? So we're not making full use of this inventory exactly. There could be... that should solve that problem. One solution to that would be, okay, we just go a bit further north with this, right? It's not that huge of a problem, right? So I'm really wondering, right? It's fine, it's fine. I think I'll let this be for now. Right? I think that's fine for now. So the water we want to get in here. Right? And the steam is gonna obviously come on the outside here. Like so. But the water we want to get into the reactor. I think we do that as well. So we have some steam storage here. Right? Which is fine. But the water... Like so. We got the water into these heat exchangers. That should be fine. I would really like to only run this on nuclear. I would really like to do that. But I don't know if this is enough. I really don't know if that's enough. Okay. So we now have a working, kind of, nuclear reactor, right? You're gonna do nuclear fuel. Boom, boom. And you're gonna take out the spent thing. Oh. We should probably have a little bit of solar. Like a tiny amount of solar somewhere. To make sure that we can get going. If something really bad happens. Do we have any... No, we don't have any better solar. Why are we not building any more rocket silos? Is it just taking a lot of time or what? It's here, right? Yeah, it's just taking a lot of time. That's fine. That's fine. We can live with that. Anyway, so now that we have that sorted, what we really need to be thinking about I'm also a bit annoyed on how this looks. You know what? Big whatever. So, we need to map out the explosive stuff, right? What we need is rockets. We need a lot of them. This can't be done any other way, as far as I know. It's only assembling machines. And it's only... it's no productivity, right? So each of these make 0.31 per second. Okay, we need to try and scale this up a little bit. If we try something like this, it's a little bit more expensive. It's 40% more expensive, but it's gonna make twice the amount of rockets, right? Could also do this. Be like, you know what, power is gonna be the most important thing. So instead of it costing, I don't know how much it was, but let's see. Instead of 500 kilowatts, it's 75. So we probably do this. At which point we're doing 0.46 per second. I don't think that's enough. I genuinely don't think this here probably is enough either. So I'm thinking we probably want to do this. This will be around slightly less than 4. It's going to be 3.86, I think, right? 3.86. No, 3.68, sorry. It's the other way around. 3.68 per second. The biggest problem with this, we need 3.68 explosives per second as well. And explosives we make here. This also costs water, right? We could do something like this. And then we'd need 8 of these. Like so. In terms of water production, this needs 2.12. Right? So it's not a huge consumer. This is 16 water. So it's one of these machines running fully. So we have a lot of processing power here, in theory. And this here will be enough to make the explosives that we need. In terms of coal, which we don't really have because we have carbon, we need coal synthesis 0.5. Can also do this. .5. So you might need half, but we'll see once we get the productivity module to get sent here. I'm worried that we're not gonna get enough ice. .01. Oh no. This takes 5 seconds. Like, this is barely 4 ice per second, right? This in theory should be enough to fill this. So then it's a point of being able to catch as many as possible. Okay, so 4 wasn't that far off for what we need right now. This is 0.46. Yeah. So we can do this. And this will get us the coal that we need. For these 2 processes. And we need a shared belt here, I think. With something coming from the outside. That something is gonna be sulfur. So here we take in... Okay, this is not gonna be that bad. Sorry. This is an input. Why don't we just do this? And then water comes in here. Okay. Then I don't really enjoy these loopity loops, but I think this makes a lot more sense instead of like having the splitter there and everything. So that looks fine to me. So where do we want this? We think that we can do explosives here. Which I think we should think that we can do explosives here. And I think that we'll do the ammo here. Then we'll do the smelting on this side. And then I think we're done. I think we're done. Then we need to trim the edges of this ship. And then we need to see how it works. This doesn't need any iron or some weird stuff, right? You know what? Oh, that doesn't really help. I was thinking of doing this. I think we do this anyway. Which is fine. Anyway. So we need some of this here. Perfect. And then we need some foundries. Some of these. I don't think we need copper for anything. I think what we want to smelt is iron. I think we want to throw away the copper for now. I'm wondering about this railgun thing. So for the railgun, this does 10k physical. Okay. So railgun is gonna probably be the only thing that we can use to go further later, right? But this needs copper, so at that point we need to also smelt copper here on this ship, potentially, if we're gonna send this design as well, right? But for now, what I only need is molten iron. Boom. And then I need this recipe. I'll connect these. And I think I'm undone. Right? We play with the thought that this is iron and calcite, which is whatever we're getting here, right? Do that. Because I'm pretty sure this is iron and calcite. No, it's not. It's calcite and some bullshit. Right. I need to combine that later into something, right? So iron is gonna be on this side of the belt. It's gonna be on the outside. This. And calcite is gonna be on the other side. I think we can do this. And if we need to remodel this, we'll do that when that day comes. This here is gonna make not a lot of plates. Wait, you only make 3.75 a second. Okay, so how many do we need? We need 8 plates per second, so this is not enough. This is not enough, my guy. This is also not enough. This is still not enough. This is kind of what we need, and we need 62 per second. So we can do this. For sure. This is 6.5 megawatts. This is actually not viable. This is definitely the way we want to do this. So then we take these very magnificent iron plates that we'll get here, and we're gonna send them into this production. And I'm pretty sure we want to do this. Okay. So then we should have more than 8 plates. And this should be the explosives that we need to keep this going, right? Which is perfect. That's really, really good. And we have some room here to build more smelting eventually. We have some room here eventually if we wanted to do more ammo production, maybe. And the fuel system is not a complete disaster to try and improve. So now we get to the other part of this. Because now we need to collect the asteroids and everything else. And this is gonna be super obnoxious, I feel like. I'm gonna try and mark the middle of the ship here. I think this ship is extremely heavy already, by the way. This ship is extremely heavy. This is gonna be a slow-ass ship. The only reason I would want anything other than rockets would be to deal with the minimum range here. But I think we're gonna have the turret density instead. I think here is where we want the front of the ship to kind of be. And because of this range, I can actually do something here that I didn't think of until now. But I can have the collectors in front here. That's not a problem anymore. I can even have it a bit more. Like, we don't need to have these at the edge. That's not super productive, actually. This is what, 4, 5, and 10. Yeah. I think this distance is what we want in front. Which is kind of cool. No, we need to just do this. Yeah, can that... actually a bit... Can I mark that somehow? Like so. So this is where it ends, kinda. That makes sense, right? I'm pretty sure it's here, yeah? So that should cover the entire front of the ship. Pretty cool. I think I want to build something like this. Where I have a couple of clusters of these. These in here, the ones in the back, they'll be able to reach pretty far. Yeah, we are probably... We've spent a bit too many of the space platform. We're struggling to make more. It's fine. Kind of. Yeah, so this covers it very nicely. Then we do that. Which also covers this very, very nicely, right? I really wish we had more of this now. I don't think we have anywhere to recycle space platform either. I can recycle on this ship, potentially. Let's do that to start with. So we can build the front, preferably. So I want to do this first, right? I think this is going to be the most brick-like construction we've made so far. Okay. So here I don't see any... Like, I want to trim here a bit. We can. Then with this side here, potentially. Wait, is this not the same width? I'm really confused sometimes, like... This is 25. Right. That's almost... No, okay, it's not the same width. Okay. Yeah, we need to make it a little bit wider here, I think. However, like, I don't see particular reason why we can't trim this a little bit. How many is this? That's 6. Maybe something like this? Alright, doesn't look particularly good. That's not a bad thing, I think. I think we can do this without too much. Like, it's not gonna be perfect, especially not with these low-ranked ones. But it's gonna be fine. Then, like, we can do this, right? We'll do here and here for that. Then we can continue here, kinda. Are we already out of this? Not yet, but we're definitely approaching out of that. Okay, so that can go. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. And that's gonna keep going. We actually don't have those on the planet either. Oh no, don't tell me we're recycling these still. Okay, let's stop with that. We do have a couple of these, which is great. Because I will do this instead. Perfect. You can leave like one gap here, I think. I think something like this. And then I think we're pretty much done with this. Here in the back, after this one, we definitely want it to come in a bit. We do this. I mean, we can. Then we can... maybe even do... oh no. The hell? Okay. Well. It definitely looks like a brick still. Let's get this going. Let's get that going. So there, there. So, do we want to catch asteroids coming here? I think I'm a little bit too lazy for that. I think I'm a little bit too lazy for that. So we want to go into asteroid processing here then. Then, after asteroid processing, we just want to go down here. Then we connect these. Like so. Read, hold all belts. Set filters. No, actually, we don't want to do that. Now I'm stupid. Now I'm really fucking stupid. This is not at all what we want to do. Okay. Great. This, not like this has taken forever, and I'm not sure this is gonna work properly either. So why don't we make a bit more mistakes then? Okay, so this. I'm gonna build this control. Doesn't matter too much, honestly. Okay. So I want to take from here, read all belts, and then I want to put this out. And do it like this. And you should set filter. Okay. So then we take this green wire with us. Okay. This here is gonna be a little bit. Okay. I'm just dragging this across to make sure that we don't have any weird signals being read here. That shouldn't be. These filters should all be set based on this, right? Okay. So where do we want some more of these? I think probably here. I think probably here. And we need at least something in the middle here. Oh, a bunch of stuff in the way here, though. Could do something like this. Where this would line up with that. Right, so it would be here. Something like that. The biggest weak point we have is here, but that should be fixed by these. So ammo belt is going around. Ammo belt will also do this. There you go. I think we do that. And then drag this down here. There we go. Like now we only need 400 more of this. A couple more of the other stuff needs to be built. But other than that, we have potentially something that semi-works. I'm skeptical as fuck. But I'm gonna let this idle for a bit so we get everything built and we can start up the asteroid collection and everything. And then we're gonna take it for a first test ride towards Gleba again, I think. We're gonna see how much we get. We're gonna work a little bit with the storage here, because I want to stockpile some of these things in here and see how we're gonna be able to do that. And then I want to work out how we're gonna deal with excess resources here. I think we're gonna build a physical... We can't do that. do that. We'd have to have a unique input for each. And because of how we built this, we can't do that anymore. Unless... Okay, I'm gonna think about that a bit until next episode. But I'm feeling slightly more confident about this spaceship. Slightly. Not completely, but slightly. We'll see. This was a very long episode because we had to rebuild the whole spaceship from scratch. But hopefully this is gonna be worth it in our adventures towards Aquilo. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a really nice day.